And let's get into some reacts, people. South Korea have beaten Bahrain by 3-1 in the opener of the Asian Cup. And we're going to be seeing how the internet has reacted to the game. And I got a feeling that we could be speaking a lot about referees today.
100%, or lack of refereeing, should we say, because Son took a bit of battering in that game. So absolute disgrace, some of the decisions. But let's take a look.
Well, this is the first one. I mean, look at this battering Son has taken. It's actually a joke.
Yeah,
just
I mean,
elbows him in the face.
Honestly, and he got nothing for it. Honestly, look, probably went in for him. Honestly, it was disgusting. Some of the challenges that went unpunished against Sonny, and they clearly went in there with like a rough him up kind of mentality.
Whatever happened to player protection, especially for our Sonny boy as well?
Come on, don't touch our Sonny. We need him fit. We need him fit and backfiring when Spurs come. We need him fit for the rest of the tournament as well.
Ridiculous decision. Next up from Clara saying, "How was this not a red?"
I mean, he just comes in and absolutely just swipes him. This wasn't even given a yellow.
I know.
This wasn't even given a yellow on the day. I mean, the referee was so card happy when it came to South Korean players making any sort of foul. And yet this guy comes in, absolutely takes out Son, nowhere near the ball, clearly just going to take him out. You can see the coach's reaction there. Look, his arms up in the air. It was Klinsmann there. It's a disgrace of a decision. How that wasn't given a yellow. It's like they had like immunity to just take Son out. It was ridiculous.
It was 12-11, as simple as that. It was 12-11. The referee was completely on the Bahrainian side. I guess they probably had to make it a level playing field because Korea were just that much better than them at football. So they had to get one up on them somehow. But it was an absolute disgrace.
These challenges, belong in the dark ages of football. This is 2024 now. Come on.
Yeah, but like South Korea got 3 bookings, in the space of like the opening 20 minutes or something.
None of them were as bad as
None of them. Sungmo Lee says Heung-min Son was voted the best footballer in Asia 2023, which is the Asian Ballon d'Or, as Kim Min-jae was ranked 2nd. So we got our own very much Ballon d'Or winner.
Did he deserve it? I mean, he obviously didn't have the best season, although if we're only taking 2023, he did actually have a decent end to last season, didn't he? Scored a few goals.
Yeah.
And then obviously he's had a mad start to this season. So taking all into account, he's obviously well worthy of it. But if you're Kim Min-jae, you've won Serie A, you've had a fairly decent start at Bayern, a bit mixed up, but fairly decent. Is he unlucky to miss out?
I think he's unlucky, but you're looking at South Korea's Heung-min Son for South Korea as well. Like he's absolutely smashed it for South Korea. Regardless of the Spurs form. And I think that bad Spurs form that you're talking about was mainly in 2022.
Yeah, beginning of last season, because he did score a few goals second half last season as well.
I think Sonny deserves it hands down, in my opinion.
He's second in the running at the moment for the Golden Boot in the Premier League, showing he's still a world-class player. People doubted him last season, but he's hit back with a vengeance, I felt, since people doubted him.
Exactly. Seong Nam says Kangin Lee has something Heung-min Son and Park Ji-sung didn't have, and the I am that guy mentality, the arrogance, the Mamba mentality, and I am the best player mindset. Superb player. The future is bright for South Korea. I definitely agree the future is bright for South Korea, but does Heung-min Son not have that kind of mentality, saying I'm that guy, I'm going to be the one pulling through for you?
100%. You only got to see how he reacts when Kane is out. Obviously since Kane has gone as well, he's really stepped up, and since becoming captain as well, he's shown his leadership ability. He's shown his ability to step up in big games as well. He's always a big game player, Son. So maybe he doesn't show it. Maybe he doesn't show this arrogance, but he definitely has that self-belief, 100%. And he always steps up when his team needs him. So I slightly disagree with what Seung Nam is saying, but definitely Lee Kang-in clearly has that mentality for sure. I agree with that.
Yeah, maybe it's just the arrogance that he is talking about more. But Kang-in Lee, what a player, man. What a player. Who scored, giving us a few stats, saying the best through ball completion rates in the Premier League this season that have 10 plus attempted. Heung-min Son is leading the way with 80%. Then Bruno Guimaraes was 70, Rodri was 60, Foden 58.3, and Paquetá with 52.6. And is that an element of Sonny's game that is very underrated?
This is exactly what I've been saying. Like, since Kane has left, he's really stepped up his all-round game. Obviously, beforehand, he's very much associated with the player whose biggest talent is finishing. I still think that's true, but definitely something I've noticed since he's become captain, and since he's become like our outright main player, most important player. he's really improved all the other elements of his game. And I think that proves it, because you don't usually associate Son with being able to like play a through ball consistently. But look at that, 80% of his through balls have been accurate and created chances. And, you know, look, his last game as well, look back at that chance he created for Richarlison. Lovely through ball, perfectly timed. And that's an element of his game that's massively improved this season. He's really stepping up that creative element of his game since Kane has come out of the team, because obviously Kane has been one to make all those assists, isn't he? All those through balls, but Son has really been adding that to his game this season.
It's kind of a bit unfortunate, because you want Son on the end of those through balls. You kind of want Son playing the through ball to himself, kind of, essentially.
Yeah, potentially, but look, as long as someone's doing it and he's really stepping up, and look, it's not like he's been short of getting on the end of through balls anyway. So look, he's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Here next is a clip of Sonny walking off after the game, waving to the fans, the adoring fans of Heung-min Son. I mean, I know it's nothing new, but it was just nice to see, wasn't it? The fans in the stadium yesterday with all the Tottenham shirts on and the Heung-min Son signs. I mean, this guy is massive.
The caption actually reads, "Son looks tired." Do you reckon he doesn't have enough energy in the wave? He's usually very energetic. He's just a bit of a tired wave. Do you reckon he looks tired? Doesn't look happy, that's for sure.
No, he doesn't.
Do you look tired? Maybe. Do you bet that? Because you know, whenever you see Sonny with a frown, you always think, "Oh, something must be up," because he's got to be smiling.
It's probably the circumstance of getting battered on the pitch for 90 minutes and the referee not doing anything to protect him.
100%. He probably wasn't happy with that for sure. And he probably wasn't happy with his own performance, so it was a bit of an off day for him.
Asia Cup tweeted, "A star shining on the big stage," and that is Lee Kang-in, delighted the Korea Republic fans in the Group E opener. Look at that! Look at those fans.
Yeah, he was the star of the show, wasn't he, Lee Kang-in?
Massively.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Brilliant showing from him. He was definitely deserves as a man of the match. I think this is just after he scored the second goal as well. So you saw that obviously he got a big following there, but he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
The goals he scored as well were just insane, and you can see the goal, one of the goals he scored that he tweeted at himself with an ice cold emoji, and it really was ice cold, the way that movement and the way he took it past that defender and just slotted it into the far corner.
Yeah, made it look so easy, didn't he? Just hitting the corner, hitting that side netting with one touch. Made it look like he can do that in his sleep, didn't he? Lee Kang-in, brilliant finish, and round off the win really well.
And his next goal here, tweeted out by a Kang-in Lee, I think, fan account, and it's Kang-in Leo Messi. And it is a very Leo Messi-esque finish. It really is.
Yeah, that is something that Messi does so often. You can see it from the angle from behind the goal as well. Like it bends in from outside the post, kissing the inside of the post on the way in. Really clinical finish, and that's the quality he has in him, isn't it?
It's like Kang-in Lee has very much focused himself on Messi. I can see a lot of like the movements are trying to like replicate what Messi does, and maybe Sonny tries to replicate Cristiano Ronaldo a bit more. And it's like they've got the two Sonny is like the Korean Ronaldo, and Kang-in is like the Korean Messi.
Yeah, even like the way Kang-in Lee, like his little close control, how the ball sticks to his foot is very Messi-esque, and look, he's got star quality, doesn't he? Absolute star quality, and there's no surprise that he's starting to perform really well for PSG as well.
Next up is a tweet that says, "Imagine these two in a Spurs shirt." And this is what I was saying the whole stream. I was like, why did we not sign Kang-in Lee? The guy is an absolute baller. Don't think it was that much at all. I really don't think it was that much at all.
It's a shame he's gone to PSG, man.
And he was at Mallorca, he was at Valencia, and nobody wanted to pick him up. And you would think like Daniel Levy would be on that massively with the quality that he has shown. He was starting to show it in a Korea shirt as well, coming on in the World Cup and showing real quality. And you would have thought, like, especially with Sonny at the club, that Spurs would have their fingers on those pulses.
Yeah, I think he'd be so good for us as well. It seems like a missed opportunity. I wonder down the line, maybe if he falls out of favour at PSG for one reason or another. We've seen it with PSG, like players go in and out of favour all the time there. So maybe in the future it's something that can happen, but for the time being, he seems to be a star there, so I don't see them letting him go anytime soon. Yeah,
and to be honest, PSG are probably growing in stature massively in Korea now, so I don't see them letting him go anytime soon. Carly T saying, "If anyone needs me, I'll just be dreaming of Kang-in wearing lily white."
Yeah,
that's me. That was me last night.
And if you look at that video there, the first one, they're very much in tune. Look at the synchronization of the spit here. Look at this. Watch this. Oh, it's coming. They do it exactly the same time. They were born. They've got a telepathic relationship. Look at that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's a travesty he's not at Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah,
Absolute
maybe
travesty. Spurs Express saying that Tottenham captain Heung-min Son voted Ange Postecoglou first in the FIFA best coach rankings, and Harry Kane actually voted him third. I'm not sure who he voted
bastard.
one and second.
Bastard.
At least he voted for him, though.
At least he's in the top three. That is what you call loyalty, Heung-min Son. Voting, and he knows a good coach when he sees one, that's for sure.
Yeah. And I think that is all we have time for React. So that is how the internet reacted to the South Korea game 3-1 against Bahrain. We'll see you guys next time.